Mr. Agarwal. I think I have already given some of the use cases here, so I don't want to repeat those. But let me pick some of the thoughts which came from the fellow speakers themselves. I think Dr. Dinesh Tyagi talked about can the transactions be actually system-oriented, not the person-oriented? Only then you can make it more efficient. Absolutely right. Similarly, Mr. Agarwal said, can we eliminate the process itself? That makes the system so much efficient. And can we remove the repetitions in the system? So let me take one example which we have implemented in one of the customers with us. And I'm sure you will be able to find similar requirements in your own domain and space, and you will be able to relate it to it. Visualize a large security agency having 10,000 security officers scattered across the country, multiple states, multiple cities, right? Other than the security supervisors, majority of these security officers does not have any bank account. Their disbursement of the wages every month is done in cash. The cash moves from their security officers, security agencies, let's say the office to the local office, and then from local office, the security manager goes every month, registers himself in terms of attendance, verification happens, money is paid to him in cash, and then look at this security manager now what he does with the cash. Majority of these people come from some eastern part of the country, let's say Bihar, UP, etc. We all know. So then some part of that money is transferred through the MoneyGram or the traditional means to his family. So this entire process, if you look at it, it's 7 days process, cash exchange hands at multiple times and multiple places. Obviously the threat of losing the cash on the way, all those things on the way coming in. Now let's just replace it with the mobile money, and it's actually working now. Think of it, the security manager on the site itself, he registers himself as say, my attendance is here, I'm on the site. So the attendance is done through the mobile. He did not to go to the office to sign the attendance. So records are completely online, number one. Now the money is directly transferred from head office to the respective mobile money accounts, directly to the security officer within 10 minutes of the attendance done. Let's say, right? Now no cash transactions, and think of it this now, this guy wants to send some of this money back to his home, and he does again from mobile to his home in his wife or his father's mobile account, and it is done again within 10 minutes. So the 7 days process, multiple handoffs, cash transactions, all gone away. Good for the organization, good for the guy who is using it, which is the security manager in this case, and great for his family as well, whereby they need not to even chase where the money is come. It's directly there on the mobile account. So I'm sure this is where the IT technology come in play, the mobility come in play, and hence it becomes a great case for financial inclusion as well as uses in any of our organization. I'm sure we all can find so many such examples which we can implement in this country and really make IT and technology work for the citizens and for the country. Thank you.
Just to add to what Satish has said, I've been hearing all the views since morning, and thank you, Rajesh Agarwalji. I think it's great to hear the strides the government and government agencies are making, and it's really a very happy realization that there is so much good work happening in the government. And just to extend your thought here, I've been hearing about people saying, I had this solution and I had another solution, and so on and so forth. Now, typically what people do is, from the context of telecom providers, people look at telecom providers as people who would provide a specific thing which is corresponding to a specific problem. So, for example, as Satpalji said, you know, we had a tender, but you didn't participate. Similarly, somebody else would say we would have a requirement for 50,000 SIMs, but you know, your bid was not up to the mark, or so on. Now, Vodafone is not just providing mobility services today. And Vodafone is providing much more than that. We are providing mobility, wireline, we are providing, starting to provide cloud services. All in all, we are starting to provide solutions to business problems, right? And it's particularly good, we are one of the first movers in this space. And what we'd like you to do is to help us understand your business problems. And let me again elaborate a little bit here. In overseas markets, we've done this very successfully. So in places like New Zealand, we work with the police to see how they can serve the citizens better. In India, wherever we've had the opportunity, we've created solutions to specific business problems. Like, for a couple of jails, we created a solution whereby the prisoners could call a specific number of phone numbers with prepaid credit. We have also worked with a couple of governments that were very concerned with US snooping their calls, and we are building secure voice calling solutions for them. There are solutions that we are building with a number of other governments on data security on mobile phones. With a number of corporates, we are building, propositions even in India for managed tablets and managed mobile phones. And the ICICI Bank tab banking is another example. For solutions requiring SMS and USSD, we've opened the star 99 hash code, and we've opened a few other codes that have helped, service to for G2C requirements. So all in all, ultimately, what would a telco do? They would create solutions based on the requirements that would come to them from their customers. So it's important to have that connect, I think, between the government agencies and the telcos, not from a requirement specifications perspective, take this requirement and deliver something to me, but more in terms of, Mr. Vodafone, please come to me and understand from me, this is my business problem, and can you solve it and how you can solve it. So let's have a partnership approach, and I'd also encourage you to visit our stand just outside. We have created, especially for this meet, a number of use cases, a number of leaflets of solutions that we've provided, and I'll just name them one by one. We've created ambulance tracking solutions for 118 ambulance. We've created biometric authentications for rural schools. We are partnering with Rudy Sandesh Vyavhar for Seva. M-Pesa is something that Satish, my colleague, has talked about. We are helping water treatment solutions for municipal corporations, mother-child tracking systems for ASHA workers, pothole tracking solutions that Satish talked about. There are solutions that we have for rural schools where we use mobile data cards to download lessons into specific set-top boxes that Vodafone provides, and then they can run e-learning modules. We are helping a number of dairies in milk-producing states automate their milk production systems. We are doing smart metering, tourist automation, and so on and so forth. There's a number of use cases which we haven't come up with all of a sudden. We've worked along these lines with our customers, with government agencies in India and overseas to find the best solution for your needs. So all I will say is let's keep this dialogue, and I'm sure we'll come up with the best solutions for your needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Voda team. We'll stop here. And